Inexpediency that you do not applaud individual students. This will give each parent and guest the opportunity to hear the announcer announce their student's name. Please allow each family to enjoy this special moment during the ceremony. If you have any electronic devices or a cell phone, please turn it off at this time. The graduates, faculty, and administration also request that you refrain from using noisemakers so the ceremony will be given its proper respect and dignity. If you choose to use a noisemaker or in any way disrupt the ceremony, you will be escorted from the event center by security. We would also appreciate your assistance in adhering to Garland Fire Code. Please remain in your seats. Do not sit or stand in the aisles or by the rails. The paths must be clear at all times. Thank you. Please rise for L.V. Berkner High School processional.
please remain standing for the presentation of the colors and national anthem. Good evening. My name is Rahel Worku, Treasurer of the Senior Class. Welcome to the commencement ceremonies of the L.V. Berkner High School Class of 2017. Would the audience please stand for a moment of silence so we may all individually, according to our own beliefs, join our hearts and mind to give thanks to this year's blessings. Please be seated. Before we move on with the program, will you please help me recognize the Berkner's Commanded Band under the direction of Mr. Jason Shio. Thank you.
Good evening. I know we drew the late straw tonight, but you don't have to go to school in the morning. What? That wasn't in the speech. I'm sorry. So on behalf of the faculty and staff of L.B. Berkner High School, I'd like to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2017. And it is with great pride that I stand before you this evening to be a part of such a special occasion. Joining us this evening are Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jeannie Stone, members of the Board of Trustees, President Mr. Justin Bono, Ms. Jean Bono, Ms. Kim Caston, Ms. Karen Clardy, Dr. Kristen Kewen, Mr. Aaron Lynn, and Ms. Katie Patterson. Members of the Superintendent's Advisory Council, Deputy Superintendent Tabitha Branham, Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Instruction and Operations, Dr. Kristen Bino, Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Instruction and Operation, Ms. Brenda Payne, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Dr. Chris Goodson, Assistant Superintendent of District Operations, Ms. Sandra Hayes, and Chief Financial Officer, Mr. David Pate. Also joining us this evening on stage is Ms. Paula Rilling and Mr. Scott Miller, who will be introducing our salutatorian and valedictorian. Also with us this evening are several of our feeder school administrators, each of whom have played a crucial role in the lives of our students. And when I call your name, please stand to be recognized. Please hold your applause until everyone has been announced. Ms. Yolanda Jackson Gaither, Principal of Apollo Junior High School. Mr. Doug Planey, Principal of Liberty Junior High School. Mr. Frank Petronella, Principal of O. Henry Elementary School. Ms. Rachel San Jose, Assistant Principal, Adelia Creek Elementary. Mr. Michael Thomas, Principal of Hamilton Park Pacesetter Magnet. And Ms. Carmen Stewart, Principal of the Crystal McCullough Learning Center. And additionally, we have the Principal of the Memorial Park Academy, Mr. Bill Gallo. I would also like to thank our directors and executive directors. Please stand at this time and be recognized. They're there. All right, thank you. You may be seated. We also have some of our outstanding faculty and staff with us this evening. Please stand to be recognized at this time. Faculty and staff. Thank you. You may be seated. This evening's ceremony would not be possible without the help of several staff members. And when I call your name, please stand and remain standing. And please hold your applause until all have been announced. The Berkner High School administrators, Ms. Cecilia Galvan, Associate Principal, Mr. Ron Anthony, Ms. Christy Cage, Ms. Morgan Crowder, Ms. Karen Gibson, Mr. Austin Gunter, and Mr. Daniel McKay. The Berkner High School counselors, Ms. Florence Wood, Ms. Veronica Adams, Ms. Jana Anderson, Ms. Debbie Armbruster, Ms. Brittany Arrington, Ms. Becky Brown, Ms. Velma Lopez, Ms. Barbara Suker, Ms. Zella Smith, and our college and career counselor, Ms. Rebecca Jimenez. Our announcers this evening are Mr. John Gregson, Coach Matt Riley, and Coach Darrell Oliver. It is now my privilege to introduce the student leaders for the class of 2017. Please stand and remain standing when I call your name, and please hold your applause until everyone has been announced. Our senior class officers, President, Ms. Josanna Siemens, Vice President Ahmed Alcaboli, Secretary Basolis Germani, Treasurer Rocco Woku. Our student council officers, President Terrence Hargist, Secretary Alfreda Baini, and Parliamentarian Corey Gold. Thank you. You may be seated. The following groups of students have reached national recognition for their academic achievements, and I will begin with the top 10 graduating seniors and scholastic letter awardees. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing and hold your applause until all have been announced. Number 10, Anthony DiGianova. Number 9, Sosina Asefa. Number 8, Jasprit Carr. Number 7, Brian Jesus Caro Figueroa. Number 6, Jack Rouse. Number 5, Nicole Dew. Number 4, Trent Collins. Number 3, Vincent Koch. And our salutatorian is Teresa Ann Wright. At this time, I would like to pause and ask Teresa's family to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. And our valedictorian for the senior class of 2017 is Jackson Charles Jarman. At this time, I would like Jackson's family to my right to stand and be recognized. Thank you. You all may be seated. Also receiving the Scholastic Letter Award are Ewan Nguyen and Allison Luke. Thank you. As I announce the next students, please stand and remain standing and hold your applause until all have been announced. Our National Merit Commended Scholars are Trent Collins, Anthony DiGenova, and Nicole Dew. Our National Hispanic Recognition Program Scholars are Victor Granados, Christopher Ray, and Matthew Toller. Thank you. Will the students wearing the white and blue NHS pendants please stand? These students were selected for membership in the National Honor Society, and we congratulate you, and we're very proud of you. Thank you. You may be seated. Berkner undergraduates attained an overall grade average of 90 or higher throughout high school. Honor graduates, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. The following students are members of the Superintendent Student Advisory Council. These are students who met monthly with the superintendent, central staff, and Board of Trustees representatives to discuss topics important to all RSD students. Please stand and be recognized. Mr. Ahmed Akaboli, Brendan Detterman II, and Josanna Siemens. Thank you. We're also proud to have 69 students graduating as Avid Scholars. These students have committed themselves to academic excellence and successful college careers. Avid Scholar students, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to recognize the L.V. Berkner High School graduates who attended Memorial Park Academy. Memorial Park Academy is a newly expanded RSD choice program that allows students to earn credits and graduate in a non-traditional setting. There have been over 100 graduates from all 4 high school campuses this school year who have attended the program. Students who attended the program, please stand and be recognized. Also, Principal Bill Gallo, if you could stand with them at this time. Thank you. Congratulations. You may now be seated. Our service learning awardees have earned 60 or more community service hours and are recognized by wearing service learning medallions this evening with black ribbon. The class of 2017 has given over 8,372.5 service hours. Will the service learning awardees please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. And finally, one extra. I would like to also thank Courtesy Nissan for rewarding one of our seniors for perfect attendance by giving him a brand new 2017 fully loaded Nissan Sentra, Mr. Tone Tran. He told me to tell you all to picture him rolling. I don't know what that means. Some of you may know what that means. I don't know. All right. Before the real speeches begin, I have a couple things I want to say, and then I'll turn it over to the professionals. But just being up here reminds me of many fun memories that we shared and some of the challenges that a lot of you faced. And I'd just like to be the first to say you did it. You overcame, you persevered, and you triumphed. And I'm very, very proud of you for what you accomplished. And with your generation, that I know that hasn't been easy. In a time in which young adults allow social media to determine their worth by the number of likes, the length of your streaks, the direction of your swipes. But I challenge you to not let that define you. I challenge you to embrace your destiny. And what is that? Well, your destiny is that call to greatness that someone put inside of you. That's the inside joke. We'll tell you about that one later, parents. But that call to greatness has to be respected. And it has to be respected for two reasons. First, the world is not going to tell you every day about your call to greatness. So that's going to be up to you to tell yourself that you don't have crazy dreams, that your goals are not too big. You have to believe it, and you can help yourself get there. You're also going to go through a period of time in which you say, do I play big or do I play small? And I know a lot of you, I spent a lot of time with you, and immediately plenty of you are going to say, oh, I'm going to play big. Absolutely. But don't go around telling everyone that. Don't go around saying, I'm great, I'm destined for greatness, because some people are going to think you're obnoxious. Then they're going to put marbles on the stairs to try to bring you down. All right? Some people are going to say, I'm going to play small. I'm going to keep my head down and I'm going to be humble. But then you'll resent it because you'll know that you're not living up to your full potential. You're not living out your true life's purpose. So what's the answer? And if you get this, you get the whole thing, and then I'm done. But your ego should play small. Despite what Beyonce says, and I know some of you out here know the song and you're singing it in your minds right now. But a big ego will get you in trouble. A small ego will get you run over. I take that back. A weak ego will get you run over. But what you need is a small, strong ego as a tool in your toolbox as you work to fulfill your destiny. So that's what I would like for you to do. I'd like you to think about what that destiny is. And that it's what you were born for. Right? It's your connection to your family, your connection to your community, to future generations, to your art. So embrace that, and that's all I ask. Your soul though should play huge. So small ego, huge soul. And that's all I want you to do in everything you do. And never stop learning, never stop growing, and never stop giving. And you'll have the most fulfilling life that you can ever imagine. All right? So congratulations, class of 2017.
Hello, my name is Dr. Jeannie Stone, and I am the superintendent of Richardson ISD, and I was so honored to be asked to introduce our next speaker, the Vice President of the senior class, Mr. Ahmed Akaboli. I got to know Ahmed this year through SuperSAC, which is an advisory group that meets once a month with me and my senior staff. To know Ahmed is to have your best friend with you. Ahmed knows when to make you laugh, when to inspire you to do things you might not want to do, and he always makes you feel like you are the most important person at any given moment that you're with him. One of the most special things about Ahmed, though, is the way that he talks about his family. He has such pride and love, and he wants to make them proud and do his very best for them. Could I have Ahmed's family to please stand at this time? He loves you guys so much. He talked about you all year long, and he will make you very proud. Ahmed represents everything about the flame in the R of the logo behind me today. Whether on stage in Beauty and the Beast or doing the announcements at lunch, his contributions have been felt at Berkner High School, and he will forever be in the hearts of those of us who've had the chance to know him. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on the Vice President of the Class of 2017. He is #RISD Greatness, Mr. Ahmed Akaboli.
What's up, Class of 2017? Humanity faces a crisis of curiosity, or a lack thereof. In the beginning, man saw a field. They crossed that field to find a mountain. They trekked the mountain to find a river. A river led to a lake, and a lake to an ocean. When all the rivers had been waded, mountains climbed, fields seeded, and oceans crossed, we glared up into that good night and raged against the confines of our home. Humanity has experienced a cultural schism that threatens the very foundation of human development. The most pressing issue facing our world today is the abdication of the driving force of life: basic human curiosity. Seniors, we're about to begin the next phase of life. We've heard it over and over again. The transition from asking permission to use the restroom to filling out tax forms is a rocky and confusing one. One that requires decisions, sacrifice, and compromise. It's easy to be dragged into the life of the mundane, a 9-to-5 life with the weekend becoming the end of a cycle that begins just as it comes to an end. A life of no progress, growth, or development. A life that lacks the most basic flame of human life: curiosity. That flame on the R above us, or is it above us? The flame that Dr. Jenny Stone was talking about. That flame is more than just a design. It was in RISD that my inner fire of curiosity was fueled. Desire to grow, to succeed, to be bigger than I was yesterday. Thank you to all my teachers for helping me see the world from a humbling lens of insightful perspective. Thank you for making history alive and not a thing of the past. Thank you for making math a model of our world. Thank you for making science a basis for understanding that world. Thank you for making English a tool of articulation and not just the study of almost ancient poetry. Thank you to Principal Mr. Henry Hall for giving me an environment like Berkner to grow and succeed in. Thank you to the administration and Dr. Jenny Stone for pushing RISD in a direction of growth and being an advocate for curiosity, and by association, an advocate for all of humanity. Most importantly, thank you to my mom for always fanning the flame that was my imagination. Thanks, homie. Oh, I'm not done yet. Seniors, as we begin this transition into bill-paying adulthood, do not let your imagination dwindle with the number of sunrises you see. Do not forget that dreams you held when you were 13 and began this journey. Dreams of big aspirations and even bigger goals. Let what you accomplish be bigger than you. Let what you do now leave an impact on the world you leave behind. I beseech every person in this room to live a life worth living and to never let your dream remain a dream. Finally, seniors, if nothing but what I say next stays with you, let it be this. In a world struggling to find a purpose, only the curious have something to find. Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Scott Miller, and I've had the honor of teaching Teresa Wright for 2 classes and having her as a teacher's aide. During this time, I've seen her mature from being an outgoing sophomore, which is a teacher's way of saying politely loud, to a senior in my AP chemistry class that can laugh at her mistakes and learn from them. Teresa exemplifies, with the support of parents and teachers, close friendships with her peers, and a strong drive, that it's possible to achieve your goals. Her dedication and intelligence are evident in everything she does, despite the fact that most of her labs were turned in late. One of the most admirable traits of Teresa is her willingness to try new things. Whether it be bell guards, tennis, orchestra, or even the adventurous new foods that she likes to try but never likes. She is adventurous. Because of her positive disposition, reflective way of operating, and all of the traits that make her special, she will succeed next year at the University of Texas in Dallas, studying biomedical engineering. With all of her searches, she is able to achieve and find new discoveries. Please help me welcome your salutatorian for the class of 2017 at L.V. Berkner High School, Teresa Ann Wright.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Okay. I'd like to start by giving my thanks to everyone who came out tonight. I'd also like to say thank you to all of the administrators and teachers who made this graduation possible and got us to where we are today. It was really difficult for me to figure out what my speech was going to be about because I know that there's nothing I can say that you all already don't know yourselves. And I couldn't just fill my speech with jokes because with my luck nobody would laugh. And so I thought to myself when I was writing the speech at 2 in the morning, the same day that it was due, what can I say to them that all of them don't already know themselves? And I finally decided on one of the most important life lessons that I've been thinking about, especially now that I'm graduating. Don't rush through life. I feel like people look forward to the future so much that they forget to live in the present. In elementary school, we were always looking towards middle school. In middle school, we looked towards high school. As freshmen, we looked towards seniors. And as seniors, we look towards graduating and leaving. But in all this time of us looking forward, we sometimes forget to just sit back and enjoy our lives. All my friends have been telling me that they miss when they were a kid, but when they were a kid, all they thought about was growing up. All I hear from adults is that they miss when they were in their college years, but college kids always just focus on their future. So my one piece of advice is that while you're busy growing up, don't forget to enjoy every moment because you'll never get these years back. I'd like to end my speech with a quote by an unknown author that I found on Twitter. Stop waiting for Fridays, and stop waiting for summers, and stop waiting for someone to fall in love with you, because those things will happen, but in the meantime, enjoy right now. Thank you.
There are a lot of things that I can say about Jack. He is clearly bright, focused, and hardworking. He is charismatic and talented. He is impatient with foolishness, but I have also seen him have infinite patience and gentleness for those he tutors and mentors. All of this does not quite capture the essence of Jack, though, so I'm going to tell you a little story that does. Teaching seniors means spending a portion of the year convincing a group that has decided to coast that they're going to need to put some pressure on the accelerator. The coast can start at any time, but there is always a moment where you can feel pretty much everyone go into neutral, and that moment is the day that top 10 and class rank are announced. On the one hand, it's okay because those who care have the momentum to finish well. On the other hand, AP tests are still 3 weeks away. After top 10 was announced, I gave 2 more unit tests. Jack posted 2 of the 5 highest grades of the year on those exams. On the last exam, the one that mattered the least for this moment, because this moment was guaranteed to happen, he was just 1 point shy of the unit record exam, which he set back in January. When I looked at the data, I knew that this was the defining quality that I needed to share about him. Life is full of endings. Jobs end, relationships end, school ends. It is wise to end strong, to make sure that each day is your best offering. By ending strong, you keep doors open, yes, but more importantly, you show yourself that you have the strength to meet the next challenge fully. I know many adults who have not yet learned this. To see it in a young man who is just starting out is truly awe-inspiring, because such wisdom is so rare and therefore so very beautiful. It is my great pleasure to introduce the man who earned this honor every single day of high school, who maintain the highest level of effort and focus from the very first day to the very last. The valedictorian of the class of 2017 for L.V. Berkner High School, Mr. Jackson Charles Jarman.
Good evening, and all glory to God for this opportunity. There are many things I love about the past 4 years. We've all grown up, and this has been in more ways than one. For me, I came in at 5'5", and now I like to think that I'm 6'1", but I usually round up. For this it hasn't always been so hard for some people. Terrence Hargis, who's sitting behind me right now, was a grown man in 7th grade. I know this very well because when he tackled me in practice drills, I don't remember hitting the ground. We've all matured. We've all taken a hold of our own lives. We've all grown mentally, physically, and emotionally. And it's been a journey with times of joy and times of sorrow, but it is officially completed. I'd like to reflect a little on my favorite experiences at Berkner. In 9th grade, Pine East hung a dead goat on the goalpost of our practice football field. Now, as a freshman, that excited me a lot. I was like, wow, these seniors at this school are really cool. But I know the football players didn't really like that. I also remember the guys' basketball team beating Plano West in the 3rd round of the playoffs in this building, in which the last 2 minutes of the game lasted for actually over 30 minutes. Now, I was a very small freshman back then, and I tried to sit in the front of the student section, but that didn't happen. I was actually located in the back, right over there, and I still remember that day, and that has set me on fire for the school. And who can forget junior year, when varsity football won a game on a blocked punt return for a touchdown against Naaman Forest. Besides that, in our time at Berkner, we've seen softball dominate their way to playoffs for 4 years in a row. Girls basketball, 2 years in a row. Robotics placed 4th in Worlds. Marching band go to state twice. Orchestra earned sweepstakes 4 years in a row. Bandos killed a contest year in and year out. And Ramblers sweep the competition 2 years in a row at dance-off, SDR. The school has molded us into the people that we are today. There are people we never thought we'd be close to. My best friends are able to speak multiple languages from all over the world. One of my best friends, Tree Pham, came here from Vietnam in freshman year, and we just united because we liked basketball. And now we have countless adventures, and I'm so proud of him because he's ranked 23, and he's going to the University of Austin. This class may be called disconnected by some, but we know that we are passionate about those that we love. There's so much pride I have for this school, because I see other schools, and they really only care what you drive or what you wear. But at our school, we care about each other for who you are and where your heart lies and what you do. I know all of us, especially myself, are proud of Austin Carbone for committing to Princeton University to play football and run track. We all celebrate each other's successes. Although we are a very diverse school in every facet of life, we have become one. Now let us go wherever our heart takes us, whether that's in the workforce, or college, or the special forces. All of us have a responsibility given to us by God to love one another. If you're full of love, then you will always affect others and change people for the better. Now, as we go out into this world that is constantly changing, my prayer is that we all stay true to our roots, that we uphold firm and good values, and that we all love one another. It's not about the money or the cars or the fame. It's about the journey and who you go on it with the road less traveled. We all have dreams, so let's believe we can accomplish them. Let's be wolves out there, as one great speaker told us. The great Kendrick Lamar once said, I don't want to be something that just comes and goes. So class of 2017, let's run this race. Let's be bold, be brave, and dive into the future, our future, with clear eyes and full hearts, and we can't lose. God bless and thank you.
What's good, class of 2017? All right, yeah. I hope that you all have enjoyed your senior year, and I hope that your futures are just as promising. As a senior class officer, I got to work with a very unique and open-minded group of individuals that have honestly been some of the coolest people that I have ever been around. One of them in particular truly set the standard for enthusiasm, creativity, and genuine interest in whatever she puts her mind towards. She's left her mark in student council, SuperSAC, and various other organizations, but most importantly, she's left the biggest mark on our hearts for being the sincere and ambitious person that we adore so much. Will the parents of Josanna Simmons please stand? Tim and Heather. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 Senior Class President, Josanna Simmons.
Wow. This has always been a goal of mine, to become senior class president, to make it here today, and to deliver a speech in front of 7,000 people. But here I am today with the opposite goal in mind. Moving you all is not what I want to do. This generation and the one before us has been full of movers and shakers, calling social injustices to attention and making inequalities clear to the naked eye. We are striving to make sense of the world we see today and figure out how we can reshape it into the world we want to see tomorrow. This world is full of unprecedented change and movement, and that can be terrifying. In no way am I telling you to cease your efforts to change this world. I believe you should always stand up for what you believe in. But if you ever get tired of standing, it's okay to sit. Sit and smell the roses. Take a second to stop moving and just be still and breathe. Some say emotional intelligence or self-awareness is more important or powerful than book knowledge. I am infinitely grateful for all that I have been taught in the past 18 years, but it hasn't all been taught from a textbook or a teacher. It's been from my peers, from those younger and older than me. It's been from my successes and failures. It's been from separating myself from the whole and taking time to ask myself what I want, who I am, and where I'll go next. I would like to think that this 18-year journey of self-discovery has shaped me in a self-aware adult who is mindful of how my actions impact society at large. You see, my senior year was supposed to be my most social one yet, but it was nowhere close. I spent many peaceful nights alone in self-reflection, thinking of the path that laid ahead of me and how or exactly what my impact on society would be. As the Dalai Lama said, we can never obtain peace in the outer world until we obtain peace in ourselves. Finding peace with myself as I have come to truly know who I am and what my vision for my life is has been a tumultuous journey of awakening for me, but it's an ongoing process as we all venture into the next phase of our lives. I believe that one cannot begin to contribute to the movement in this world until they know what moves them yet. What makes you tick? What thrills you to wake up in the morning? Find out what that is in order to develop a vision of what direction you're supposed to move next. This is true self-knowledge. There are not many times in your lives to be focused on yourself, but now is your time. A lot of adults think this generation is self-centered or self-absorbed, but honestly, we're just trying to figure out how we fit into this crazy world. Remove the negative connotation from the word self-centered, and please simply put yourself first for the next couple of months, or years even. You are not a part of this class anymore. You stand alone when you enter the real world. Separate yourself from the whole and figure out what you want. Y'all, graduation is only a step on the staircase to figuring out your own identity and your vision for your life. What's your vision? What's your next step? On an entirely different note, I would like to take this time to say thank you. Thank you to all the wonderful and patient teachers I've had the past few years that have taught me more than they are aware of. Thank you to Kristen Bino, Peggy Dillon, Tabitha Brenham, RSD Superintendent Jeannie Stone, Bushra Hack, and my mom for being such strong female role models for me. Thank you to Mr. Hall for being the coolest and awesomest principal ever. Thank you to Mitchell Campbell for all of your love and support. Thank you to my parents, Tim and Heather Siemens, who have been my best friends for the past 18 years. Thank you to everyone who's been there for me when I was down, to being right next to me when I was up. And lastly, thank you to the class of 2017. It's been an honor knowing all of you, and I wish you the best in life. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, the reason why the world lacks unity and lies broken and in heaps is because man is disunited with himself. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. May you all find peace, and may you all truly find yourselves in this new phase of your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Josanna. And thank you, Berkner Chorale and a cappella choir, who sung The Road Home as a reminder for you to always remember your road home. At this time, class of 2017, please stand. And I would like to invite Dr. Stone and Mr. Bono, Board of Trustees President, to the podium. The LV Berkner High School class of 2017 has fulfilled all of the requirements set forth by the state of Texas, and I would like to present them as candidates for graduation.
Mr. Bono and Board of Trustees, by the power vested in me by the state of Texas, the State Board of Education, the Texas Education Agency, and the Richardson ISD Board of Trustees, I now declare each student who will be receiving a diploma to be a graduate of LV Berkner High School.
Graduates of LV Berkner High School, you may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. As you are directed by the junior ushers, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Jackson Charles Jarman. Teresa Ann Wright. Vincent Cobb. Trent Johnson Collins. Nicole Dew. Jack Hanson Rouse. Brian Jesus Caro Figueroa. Jaspreet Kaur. Sosina Asefa. Anthony Tan DiGenova. Josana Esther Siemens. Ahmed Yassin Akraboli. Baselios Gurmai. Rahel Burley Worku. Terrence Duran Hargist. Efrata Asfal Bayin. Corey Joseph Gould. Brendan Fitzgerald Detterman II. Amina Abdallah. Jimson Jamal Abdalzrazatik. Mariam Abdihiram. Nathan Abdallah. Anas Abum Namus. Benjamin Acosta. Jorge Antonio Adame. Natasha Ba. Edwin Steve Aguiar. Ricardo Aguirre. Ladarius Dimon Ajeri Jesse. Farouk Ahmed. Shelly Lee Ahmed. Olivia Ah. Asil Adawema. Miguel Algrate Velma. Yasin Ali Alkohalani. Melissa Lorraine Allen. Pamela Natalie Alonzo. Sari Alonzo. Moyad Alshankiti. Christopher Isaiah Anderson. Russell Jared Lawrence Anderson. Shakira Anderson. Darian Cortez Andrews. Carmela Rose Aquatero. Osiris Abigail Arce. Gerald Carr Areja. Hugo Jared Areola. Sit Jojo Aum. Roger Thomas Avalier. Angelica Avoreke. Priscilla Guyan Ba. Mustaba Mohammed Baid. Lauren Nicole Barker. Aliyah Destry Barney. William Jordan Barr. Jed Osborne Besden. Antancio Antoine Morlan Batiste. Cynthia Benitez. Christian Markel Bennett. Samantha Danielle Bennett. Tristan Michael Bennett. Amna Gul Bati. Xantorius Bickham. Haley Marie Binion. Caitlin Nicole Blackwell. Victoria Afleje Boardman. Lino Arap Bowl. Dylan Ray Brawley. Sarah Michelle Brock. Samuel Todd Bronson IV. Zaira Murray Buchanan. Joshua Matthew Burns. Khalil Buyos. Brian Cabrera. Andy Dat Cow. Julieta Caracho Melendez. Austin Aaron Carbone. Mercedes Alice Carrasco. Raul Jose Castaneda. Christopher Ian Castillo II. Angela Catalan Nahea. Elias Chabi. Gabriela Chavez. Malat Jonathan Sharonet. Maya Chu. Angela De La Pez Cisneros. Michaela Simone Clark. Amanda Van Foom Cole. Kevin Coe. Madison Sky Conklin. Marasia Ajane Cole.
Daniel Allen Contreras. Kayla Marca Cooper. Jonathan Paul Cortez. Nicole Diane Cortez. Darian James Costley. Anthony Charles County. Sandra Lee Cowsworth. Lizette Jerini Cox. Peyton Scott Craven. Ronald Allen Crowder-Jones. Tariq Rashid Cruz. Magali Stephanie Cruz. Adolfo Angel Cruz Diancino. Maria Cruz Mendoza. Joy Dabagi. Alex Ding Dang. Isaac David. Bryce Mitchell Davidson. Shajerica Shante Davis. Zachary Orion Fitzgerald Davis. Darylyn Dominique Smith Dean. Ashley Lynn Dietrich. Devin Ray Degalado. Dominique William De La Rosa. Julian Delgado Santibanez. Sophonius DeRege Demise. Tyler DeUrspa. Jason Damon Diaz. Angel De Jesus. Malat Tigetsu Debaba. Ram Tam Dim. Hilda Dingao. Rong Trang T Dong. Araceli Dominguez. Monica Fatu Dorley. Jordan Tri Tang Dong. Luis Francisco Duran. Angela Edens. Abram Eichenberger. Malua Mogis Ejiju. Damian Ellis. Daniel Espitia. Carlos Adrian Escobar. Joanna Edith Estevane. Nala Jonay Evans. Royale Nicole Evans. Ali King Faley. Kaylin Ahmed Fisher. Uriah Joanna Flores. Patrick David Fogarty. Juliana Mabel Fredrickson. Island Christopher Gaddy Brewer. Carrington Lorenz Gaines. Lena Joseph Gainan. Ramon Eduardo Gagnon. Alejandro Garcia. Jacqueline Garcia. Juan Garcia Mendoza. Mariah Esperanza Gaza. Stephen Garza. Grace Guma Gibb. Lisanu Mesimin Gebre. Simon Gebre Hewitt. Jennifer Giles. Tori Elizabeth Glasscock. Andrea Gomez. Cesar Gonzalez Gaspar. Quinshawn Tariq Goodson. Talon Cole Goodson. Diamond LaShawn Graham Williams. Victor Isaac Granados. Angela Clarence Marie Green. Desiree Monique Griffin. Angel Guillermo Salvas. Edwin Israel Gutierrez Garcia. Tuan Do Ha Ha Ha. Aria Lee Harbour. Burkett Zedon Hadugu. Michaelis Berhang Halimichael. Tyler Jacob Hannigan.
Elisa Marie Hansen. Dietrich Jeremiah Hardeman. Sydney Deshay Harden. Bradley Eugene Harkness. Dominique Dewan Harris. Emily Nicole Harris. Kayla Quinette Harris. Taisha Nicole Harris. Zachary Marshall Harrison. Jalen Alexander Hart. Lillian Hassan. J. Douglas Henderson. Natasha Antoinette Henderson. Sierra Sky Hendren. Cesar Adrian Hernandez.
Daisy Hernandez.
Daisy Hernandez. Javier Hernandez Reyes Jr. Kelly Hernandez.
Just Miranda Hernandez.
Miranda Hernandez. Kevin Ivan Hernandez Lopez. Eduardo Hernandez Villegas. Daniel Esteban Herrera. David Herrera. Marcel Di Pino Herrera Alvarez. Asa Tesan Hisamoto. Lawrence Victor Ho. Michael and Cara Ho. Carlos Allen Hoagland.
He wants the third.
Gary Ross Horde III. Lydia Grace Holman.
Cicado.
Cicado Deontay Holmes. Deshaun Edward Howard.
Inio.
Yanovan Ross Inio.
No middle name.
Gustavo Interiano. Allison Sofia Ibochi.
Amarachi.
Amarachi Cynthia Iwunze. Rashad Gregory Jackson. Sterling Jewel Jackson. Travion Tajay Jackson.
Cindy Hymas.
Cindy Hymes. Danielle Yarala.
Allison Jala.
Allison Jala.
AJ James.
AJ James. Canella Elaine Jenkins. Christian Dion Johnson. Charzay Crystal Jones. Demaje Maurice Jones. Jalen Anthony Jones.
Abigail Joseph.
Abigail Joseph. Tayari Basil Joseph Rock. Jose Luis Juarez. Sangwon Jung.
Awat G. Kasha.
Awat G. Kase. Lena Kamal. Carrie Ann Cashmitter. Joseph Johannes Kase. Jonas Jurga Kasa.
Soraya
Soraya K. Lauren Rose Curl. Morgan Mackenzie Keene.
Ariane Khan.
Ariane Khan. Long Kong.
Julia Ray Clover.
Julia Ray Clover.
Cameron Lee Noley.
Cameron Lee Noley.
Ahmed Coco.
Ahmed Coco.
Thomas Charles Kramer.
Thomas Charles Kramer.
Carson Catherine.
Carson Catherine Kroll.
Where's your name start? Mine is Sims. Yeah, I hit you on the yeah. I'm Cameron Sims. That's when I started. I don't know her, but I know the guy.
Bring him up. Bring him up. We're still gonna break 2 hours. We got a lot of people not here.
Okay, well that's Lisa Lamb. That's the start of the new song.
Yeah, that's the right one. I just want to get on the mic right now. Just, how you guys doing tonight? Yeah, doing good. Lisa May Lamb. Natalie Lampley. Lauren Elizabeth Lantier. Julio Cesar Lara. Madison Florence Larkart. Brianna Nicole Larkins. Charisse Marquetta Lawrence. Dakota Russell Lawson. Shams Resin Laish. Hua Huang Lee. Tam Lee. Jean Wu Lee. Kati Sora Lee. Joseph Esker Lim. Van Ni Lian. Michaela Curran Lillard. Allison Fang Lin. Zayshawn Larnay Lindley. Jordan Frederick Long. Francisco Javier Lopez. Jonathan Lopez. Catherine Gabriela Lopez. Jacqueline Lopez Briones. Hung Tae Lu. Allison Renee Luke. Jacob Richard Loamadou. Melanie Luttrell. Ni Nak Win Lu. Janiyah Lachey Lyles Lewis. Anastasia Magahura. Mojahid Zobair Majidi. Skylar Taya Malone. Samuel Alexander Maloney. Anna Karen Manduhano. Idiala Adriana Marcano. Alessandra Marin Cabrera. Rachel Elizabeth Marinelli. Alexa Martinez. Christopher Nathan Martinez. Leslie Martinez. Stephen Thomas Matthew. Jalen Latrell Matthews. Amber Nicole Mathis. Shelby Zina Magdalene Mayo. Chante Damone Mays Jr. Hunter Michael McCurley. Emma Elizabeth McGee. Ian Duncan McKenzie. Raheel Mimon. Karen Teklib Minder. Faye Mendoza. Joe Anthony Burgess Messina. Mary Catherine Massagne. Michael Joseph Millette Jr. Mandy Marie Mills. Angela Marie Mataski. Mohammed Absusalam Mohammed. Tabarek Mohammed. Madison Louise Moore. Rodney Vaughn Moore Jr. Dustin Thomas Muntz. Charlie Joshua Morgan. Anthony Navarro. Minna Abebe Nagatu. Brenda Nomege. Brandon Philip Wynn. Christine Wynn. Donna Wynn. Eric Wynn. Jade Wynn. Quinan Fan Wynn. Sean Hu Wynn. Sterling Tien Wynn. Uyen Wynn. Valerie Lynn Wynn. Vivian V. Wynn. Eric Needs. Dontravius LaShawn Nobles. Dunya Newman. Clinton Wakina. Eric Neozima. Aileen Iramaharo. Switching out. Keep going.
Right here. Makes sense.
Tracy Oche. Afghan O'Day. Akde, Ali Akde. Jonah Odom. Ejimaka Francis Horace. Emeka David Okonkwo. Sade Bayuka Omiyembe. Penul Jacob Kong Ang. Meredith Amita Ordonez Cruz. Stacy Huerta. Julia Elizabeth Ann Panzer. Josue Mariano Parada.
Just Sergio Pardo, no Steve.
Sergio Pardo. Chase Wong Park.
This is Haesong Park.
Haesong Park. Catherine Patino. Anna Segun Polly.
Last name is Paz.
Alexa Elisa Paz. Katia Lizette Pena. Laurel Alexis Pena Ortiz. Andrew Gerald Patterson. John Paul Jesus Pereira. Guadalupe Daniela Perez. Amber Beatriz Perez Mieja. Jesse Perez Ruiz. Lexi Shanique Perry. Carlton Norman Pope.
Pro.
Mason Edward Pro. Jose Luis Kijeje Reyes.
Jana Cui.
Jana Cui.
Dolly Rose Palonso Suarez.
Dolly Rose Palonso Suarez. Marco Antonio Pinal.
Francesca Olivia Jacqueline. All of it.
Francesca Olivia Jacqueline Pinnock. Ryan Dat King Pham.
Tree Fam.
Tree Pham. Tracy Pham. Konam Pham. Brittany Ma Pham. Juan Pablo Reyes Salaranzo. Alexis Reyes.
It's Natasha.
Natasha Igana Reed. Diana Rolbala. Ani Alexandra Raquel. Antonio Ramirez Carrillo. Edwin Stephen Ramirez. Jennifer Ramirez. Oscar Rangel. Christopher Osborne Ray. Colby E. Razor. Yisha Qureshi. Ketsia Judith Sain. Ashley Brooke Rohrman. Ruben Antonio Rodriguez. Kamal Osnemus Rogers.
Elsie Esmeralda Robles.
Elsie Esmeralda Robles. Christian Taylor Robinson.
Amber Elise.
Amber Elise Roberts.
Oswaldo.
Eswaldo Rivera Vidales. Raul Ricardo Rivera. Geraldo Rivera. Eric Flores Rivera. Elizabeth Vianney Rico. Munir Riaz. Bati Ajibuad Sani. Abigail Nicole Santos. Tiffany Samantha Sandoval. Javier Sandoval. Edward Jordan Sandoval. Sierra Alexis Sanders. Jose Emmanuel Sanchez Roldan. Victoria Sanchez. Elizabeth Sanchez. Amir Saad Salih. Ahmed Tar Salah. Karina Vizcara Reyes. Zara Simons. Tahera Shinwar. Hannah Olivia Shepard. Sarah Shaw.
The last name is Seward.
Darius Hugh Pressey Seward. Rodolfo de Jesus Sabella Flores. Giselle Jasmine Seguera Ortega. Byron Esteban Sequeira. Daphne Nicole Santos. Oscar Suarez. Claude Matthew Stoker. Jordan Alexander Spotson. Lenice Nicole Soto.
Temezgin Mahari Solomon. Hinok Shibishi Solomon. Greta Solis Mulian.
Owen Smith.
Owen Smith. Darnisha Ariel Smith.
No middle name.
Devon Smallwood. Jordan Jaquin Sledge.
Victoria.
Cameron Victoria Sims. Luis Angel Urosa Gomez. Daniela Denora Thorne. Catherine Michelle Thompson.
Tamani Ramir Thomas.
Tamani Ramir Thomas. Levi Alexander Thomas Jones. Romeo Julian Tehran. Israel Elazar Tarones. Tin Ta Thuang.
Ishime Thierry.
Ushime Thierry.
Jocelyn Taylor Hudson.
Jocelyn Taylor Hudson. Ali Hussein Tawa.
Yuki Takamatsu.
Yuki Takamatsu. Gabrielle Raquel Tabera. Sarah Marie Swindle. Anthony Fucci Vu. Joshua Jacob Vick. Ryan Carl Vickery.
Von Preissig.
Linda Melissa Von Preissig de la Rosa. Amy Nicole Valdez. Yobana Giselle Umanzor. Daniel Lee Turner. Brian Michael Trutna. Jordan Emmanuel Trailer. V. Huang Tran. Tuan Tri Tran. Javier Antonio Torres.
Lizette, like Corvette.
Maria Lizette Toro. Matthew Benjamin Toller. Francesca Maricela Tim. Nikayla Seidel Till. Rado Henry Al Bien.
Barriere.
Leon Linus Barriere III. Jose Vera. Jennifer Lorena Ventura. Chelsea Therese Velaz. Tatiana Velez. Antonio Luciano Velasquez. Myra Stephanie Velasquez. Danny Wong Bo. Myron Dwayne Vaughn. Juan Miguel Vasquez. Anna Cristina Vasquez.
Valdemar.
Valdemar Valle. Alexis Diana Valenzuela. Ken Budang. Michael Bong.
Clemente.
Quamente Hakeem Waddell. Lance James January Wade. Vance David January Wade.
Wahabzada.
Farad Ahmad Wahabzada. Lionel Demings Walton III. Salma Selena Wandabwa. Joseph Santos Warren.
Simone Stefan.
Simone Stefan Washington.
Tier.
Tier McKeith Weatherby. Allison Page Williams.
Ariane Dene.
Ariane Dene Williams. Braden Cornell Williams. Lovely Denise Williams. Joshua Alexander Wilson. Carl Anthony Wong.
Mescarim Worky.
Mescarim Worky. Samlamawit Hadera Wilgabriel. Demi Yang. Trevion Shamir Young.
Hussein Zaini. Edward Zakirian.
Hussein Zaini.
Edward Zakirian.
Edward Zakirian.
Amira Zakaria.
Amira Zakaria. Tassin Zaman. Sammy Zhang.
Asim.
Asim Khalid Zogbor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in the singing of our alma mater. Graduates, please stand. Thank you, family, friends, and guests. Please remain at your seats as we escort the class of 2017 from the arena. Thank you and have a great night.